On February 1st, 2026, a deeply unnerving piece of footage was uploaded to YouTube by a channel called Hawk. In the clip, a group of spear fishermen were out off the coast of South Africa, enjoying what seemed like a productive dive. But in an instant, a routine trip transformed into a terrifying emergency.
Sorry, you got on my line.
Oi! Oi! Jesus! Holy I don't know. You can't take the float off because it's just going to be floating at the surface until it dies. And I'll go poke the shark, make sure it stays off tuck.
Our goal was to push the stringer forward with the spear and try and get it out of the shark's mouth. We attempted this method for a bit, but with no success, we had to try something else.
I think I can see how it's jammed in. Can definitely get it out. Yeah.
Out of nowhere, a shark targeted the fish on one of the diver's stringers. In its rush to steal an easy meal, the shark swallowed the entire metal stringer. Knowing the shark would die if left tethered, the divers had to act fast. They tried using a spear to dislodge it, but the metal was wedged too tight. That's when they made a desperate move, flipping the shark onto its back to induce tonic immobility so they could try to unjam it by hand.
Let's try one more time here. So someone turn the shark upside down, like to grab its tail, turn it upside down, and then I'll come in the front and try to hook it because it's stuck down and in.
We flipped the shark onto its back, which makes them docile, so we could get closer to try and remove the stringer.
Jammed in under here. You've got to like push it in. Oh, you want to take it back to the shore? Swim to shore. Okay, let's do it.
Realizing they couldn't free the line in deep water, they had to drag the struggling shark to the shallow rocky shore. They quickly tried to remove the metal rig, but it wouldn't move. With no other way to save the shark, they finally cut the stringer loose from the float buoy.
The shark is resisting more and more as it gets shallower. I'm trying to get it back to shore.
With the shark finally on shore, we worked as quickly as possible to try and get the shark free.
How's that? Trying to get it unjammed in the back. I think the second best option is to try cut it. I think so too. See, someone has like
No matter what we tried, we couldn't get the stringer out of the shark's mouth. Our only remaining option was to cut the stringer from the buoy, giving the shark a chance at survival.
Got it. There we go, well done. Okay, so now get It's a tough shark, I think you'll be okay. He's kicking. There you go. Buddy. There you go. He's trying. There we go. Off.
In the end, the shark regained its strength and swam back out into the open ocean. Honestly, watching how quickly a routine spearfishing dive turned into a life-or-death situation is wild. And if those divers hadn't stepped in, that animal never would have survived. On April 3rd, 2023, a Brazilian fisherman uploaded a crazy piece of footage to his YouTube channel. He was out alone on a quiet river, enjoying a peaceful day of fishing. Everything seemed completely normal, but as he looked over toward the riverbank, he spotted something moving in the water that made his stomach drop. Resting in the water was a giant green anaconda, easily around 20 feet long. But as he drifted a little closer to get a better look, he realized the massive snake wasn't just swimming. It was struggling, twisting around, and slowly throwing up another huge snake that it had tried to eat whole.
Cara, essa cobra, nada, ela tem 6 metros. Olha lá, onde tá o rabo dela, ela toda enrolada onde tá ali.
The smaller snake, which was still at least 10 feet long itself, was pushed free and slowly swam away. The fisherman tried to follow the giant snake along the bank to film it, but just as he thought the encounter was over, the smaller snake suddenly turned around and headed straight for his boat.
Bichona escondida no meio. Olha a outra aqui, meu Deus do céu. Olha a outra aqui. Que susto, porra. Olha lá, moçada. Desgramada quase subiu dentro do barco.
After almost getting a heart attack from the snake coming at his boat, the fisherman decided it was time to leave the creatures alone and head back home. Honestly, seeing a massive snake in the wild is terrifying enough, but catching one throwing up another giant snake on camera is something almost nobody ever gets to see. What would you do if you were in that situation? Please tell us in the comments below. Also, if you love watching these scary encounters, then subscribe to our channel, Catch Hub, to never miss our future videos. On January 31st, 2019, a YouTube creator uploaded a heart-chilling footage to his channel. He was out near a pond when he spotted a group of baby alligators near the water's edge. Wanting to show his viewers what they looked like up close, he grabbed a net and decided to scoop one of the babies right out of the water.
These apex predators regulate the food web by eating virtually anything they can, but also controlling populations of other species. Little did I know that I was about to get regulated too. A few baby alligators would stray further from the mother, and we stood pretty close to them. In an effort to show you what beautiful and perfectly designed creatures they are, I attempted to handle one. At first, the mother doesn't stir during the circus on the embankment.
At first, everything seemed fine, but as soon as he picked the baby up, the small alligator made a high-pitched distress call to its mother. In a split second, a massive mother alligator erupted from the pond, charging straight up the bank at full speed to defend her baby.
That says everything. Did you hear that little noise that you made? That. Get the fuck out of here. We gotta get out of here, man.
Don't think for a second that I was surprised that happened. I was fully aware of the seriously insane risk I took to get that close to a wild animal's children, and I knew and accepted this risk.
So, that little nyip 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 noise, he called it to his mama right away, and I don't blame him. We earned every bit of that situation. Now that is a protective mother, and my mother would kill me if she saw what I just did. We need to move. She's not happy.
Honestly, messing with a wild animal's babies is one of the most dangerous things you can do, even though he admitted he knew the risk. But in my opinion, he was extremely lucky to walk away from that water with all his limbs attached. On October 20, 2015, a spear fisherman named Francois uploaded intense underwater footage to the channel Spearfishing. While swimming in deep, murky water holding a spear gun, he was suddenly blindsided by a massive great white shark charging at him out of nowhere. And that's when everything goes wrong.
White! Pas op voor die white! Weet jy het hom weer gesien, uit my amper geëet. Yes, hy teerwaai, ek stoot hom weg, waar is hy nou man? Ek het hom gesteek toe, waai hy vir my af. Kyk net, hy's by die boei, Kyk net waar hy is. Sien jy hom? Boys, hy het my amper gevreet.
Out in the open ocean, you are a visitor in a shark's territory. Luckily, he reacted quickly and pushed the shark away, because without that quick reaction, this close call could have ended very badly.
What the fucking gator? Was that a gator or a dolphin or what? Oh yeah, I got that GoPro! Giant gator.
On September 24th, 2010, fisherman Cliff Power captured an unbelievable moment on his YouTube channel. He was out for fishing in a river on the west coast, having an incredible day catching salmon. Everything seemed perfectly calm until he noticed a sudden movement just a few feet away from him. The fisherman was completely unaware about this unexpected visitor. At first, he got a little scared, but instead of running away from that dangerous situation, the fisherman started blasting an air horn to scare the bear. But little did they know that the creature had something different planned that day.
Yeah. He took his fish. That's why you gotta leave him in the water. I'll be blessed.
When a hungry wild bear wants your fish, you don't argue with it. Giving up one salmon was a small price to pay for walking away from that close encounter without a single scratch. Even though I mentioned 6 disturbing fishing encounters on my title, here's a bonus encounter only for you because you stayed till the end, so I genuinely think you deserve it. And trust me, it's way more disturbing than any of the previous one. On July 27, 2025, spear fisherman Dean uploaded nerve-wracking footage to his YouTube channel, Deep Down Under Spearfishing. He was diving completely alone at a rugged headland near Maroubra Beach in Australia, target fishing in the deep water. He had spent over an hour underwater with his catch stored in a net bag attached to him when he suddenly noticed a dark shadow moving through the murky water.
My salmon has been in my cray bag for an hour and a half at this stage. It's tangled in the fishing line I collected earlier. I'll often put rubbish and fishing line in this netted bag to remove it from the water after my dive. I also put my catch in it as it deters the sharks from taxing my fish. While I'm on the surface preparing for another dive, the SharkSmart app picks up a tagged female great white within my proximity, but I am completely unaware that she is to the right, observing my every movement. I slowly turn, I see her, I turn my camera on, and before it can even turn on, she turns and comes straight towards me. I don't know why she made that sudden approach, but it felt like a test, like she was sizing me up. Thankfully she veers off though and seems to settle down.
Instead of turning away, a massive predator began circling him, coming closer with every pass. Trapped hundreds of feet from shore with nowhere to hide, Dean had no choice but to hold his ground, raise his spear gun, and prepare for a terrifying standoff in the open ocean.
I'm isolated along the cliff face and there's nowhere for me to go. If I swim away, I know she'll pick up on my fear and I won't be able to guard and protect my legs, so I decide my best option is to hold my ground and try and appear like I'm a threat. After a few close passes, she seems to lose interest in sizing me up and shifts her attention to the salmon instead. I swim toward her, spear gun extended. I'm doing my best to look like a threat, hoping it's enough to make her think twice before deciding I'm worth the risk. She shows no sign of being fazed by me at all, circling wide before turning in the direction of me and the fish in the bag. I decide to duck dive and meet her on her level, swimming head on in a strong attempt to warn her off. It's at that point that she veers broadside, and for the first time I see the full scale of her size. I'm completely lost for words with how beautiful this shark is. I try to stop my hands from trembling to mask the fear as I push my spear gun out towards her.
A tagged female great white shark had picked up the scent of his fish and was sizing him up. Realizing his weapon couldn't stop her, he slowly retreated toward the rocky shoreline. And just when he thought that he was safe, the situation quickly turns into the worst nightmare.
I hear a loud alarm going off and I lift my head out of the water. I'm praying that someone sees me and called for help, but at the same time, I know there's nothing anyone can do. I drop my head back underwater and that's when I see her coming straight towards me. I wasn't sure if she was testing me again or preparing to have a strike, but I wasn't waiting to find out and I had to act. I drive the spear into her nose, but it's like hitting a wall of muscle. The force completely flexes the spear and it almost derails from my gun. The scariest part is that she's barely concerned, and that's when reality sets in. This spear gun isn't stopping her. She's edging in closer and becoming more impatient. I don't want to wait to see what she decides to do next, so I start making a quiet and slow retreat towards the shore. I'm watching her closely to see her change in behaviour while I switch from fight to flight mode. That's when my heart rate spikes. I start to panic. The milky water swallows her from my view, and suddenly I've lost her. I catch a brief glimpse. She's behind me, cutting between me and the fish. This time moving faster, more agitated. Then she's gone again, vanished. I'm spinning in circles trying to cover every angle, but deep down I know, if she wants me, there's nothing I can do about it. Doing the best I can to keep my fins below the surface to stop them from splashing. I'm trying to move slowly, knowing there's no way I can outswim this shark. Every metre feels like a marathon. That 100 metres might be the longest swim of my life, with every second feeling like I'm being hunted.
Diving alone in murky water with freshly caught fish is a massive gamble. Holding his composure during a face-to-face standoff with an apex predator was the only thing that kept him from becoming a target. Even during something as peaceful as fishing, things can spiral out of control in seconds. Honestly, this could have ended so much worse.